hey, one of the things that people are nice enough to do through my YouTube channel is watch the videos, and then a lot of times people say, hey, tell me more about the guitar. Would you do a video on the guitars you use? And that's what this is going to be on my acoustic guitars. Take just a minute and talk about each one of them and maybe the specifics and why I sort of pull them for certain things. Hopefully it'll be of some interest to you. If you're looking for an acoustic guitar or a particular brand, that's something I have may help. And all of us guitar players are sort of addicted to guitars. No matter how many we have or play or see, we always are interested, it seems like, in what somebody else happens to have. So let's start with the guitar here. This is the oldest acoustic that I have. It's a Collings C10. This guitar is a Gibson L00 design, basically verbatim, other than maybe the headstock. They make this guitar in a lot of configurations. I ordered mine with a short scale neck, a 1 3/4 nut width, Adirondack top, sunburst finish, fire stripe pickguard, mahogany back and sides that are dark stained, so they're not real light color. And I think that's about it on this guy. Oh, the deep body. You can order from Collings a deeper body option. So this is a dreadnought depth, which a normal L00 would not be quite that deep. All these guitars today have K&K pickup systems in them. This guitar is old enough that I've had at least one other system, maybe two, from back in 04 to 2017. Guitar pickups, as you know, have come a long way. So all mine have the under the saddle K&K, and they have their pre-phase sort of electronics too, preamp in them. So it gives me onboard volume on all these guitars, which is kind of essential for me playing gigs and things. It's nice to be able to turn your guitar down or up or off. And then they have sort of an out of phase, in phase switch on there too, which I use a lot. So all of them I'm just going to strum a little bit, maybe finger pick a little bit, and you can hear them. This guitar I pick because I would pick it normally because it's the biggest guitar I have. I don't have a dreadnought size or a jumbo size guitar. I'm a small guy and they're just big for me. I never feel totally comfortable with them. And because every guitar I have is amplified, I don't really need the guitar to be super loud necessarily. And I just feel more comfortable with these guitars. And so this guitar I would use a lot for strumming. Having said that, I think every guitar that I have, I finger pick it, I strum it with a pick. You can do anything on any guitar is my kind of personal belief, but some guitars are better at some things than other ones, and so that's kind of the way I look at it. So let's strum this guy and see what it sounds like. I like this guitar because it has a real bounce sound, and the more that I press into it or sit on it, the more it gives me with the Adirondack top. So if I need more volume, maybe accompanying a singer or just in a band context where I need the volume of the guitar to be a little bit greater, this guitar is really good for that. But I think it's real responsive too as a fingerstyle guitar. Okay, let's take a look at another guitar I have from Collings while we're on those, which is what they call an O series. Mine is an O1A, which basically means that it's a mahogany guitar as well. It's been stained dark, mahogany neck, small short scale length neck, 1 3/4 nut. I think all my guitars have a 1 3/4 nut. This does have an Adirondack top as well. But it's a pretty small little guitar, K&K pickup system in it, but a pretty standard guitar that Collings makes their 1 series. This is their 1 series Sunburst. I think the upgrades on this guitar would be the wood in the top and the 3/4 nut width. And that's about it. This guitar I think excels at fingerstyle because it's just really well balanced. It doesn't have as much bottom end. And it also excels at being real intimate to play. It's just really, really addictive. It's so comfortable to play. Sitting at home, in your bed, on your couch, on the floor. But even playing it live or in a gig, it's just really, it's just almost addictive. It's just so small. For me, it is. You know, it probably isn't the greatest strummer in the world, but it does an adequate job. So let's listen to it. And with our fingers. Okay, let's just kind of go around the circle here. The next guitar that I have, hopefully that one will behave itself, is a Taylor nylon string guitar. It's the only nylon string guitar that I have, and I think only the second one over the years of playing that I've ever had. This one is their 14 body style, their Grand Auditorium body style, so it's pretty big. I actually lied and said the C10 was the biggest guitar I have. This is the biggest guitar I have, so I take that back. So it's pretty big lower bout. This one is their 914, I think they call it, with a Cindy inlay, which I really like. I ordered it without a pickup and put a K&K nylon string classical pickup system in it because I just like their stuff so well. And again, it has sort of the onboard volume and pre-phase switch in it. So I don't play this guitar a great deal, but there are times when it's really nice to have a classical guitar. I tend to like, you know, the finger stuff on it. And you know, there's times when I do strum it a little bit. So this is a kind of a specialty guitar for me. I tend to use it maybe a little bit more at Christmas time. If I'm going to play some solo fingerstyle arrangements, maybe that just classical style seems to lend itself to this. I would rarely take it to a gig because it's kind of a one-dimensional guitar. You know, I can kind of get weary of the nylon string. You know, after a little while. So 3 or 4 hours at a gig, it maybe isn't my favorite choice, but it does that well, and I do take it out some and play it, and the pickup system works great in it, and it sort of fits my need and appetite for a nylon string guitar. So that's that guy. Moving along, let's get another Taylor while we're at it here. That's sort of similar in a way. This is a 912C, their smallest body style. The 912C has the Cindy inlay, which the nylon string guitar had too. So aesthetically, for my eye, this is the most beautiful acoustic guitar I think I've ever seen. So I had one of these in the late 90s for a few years. It was a 99 model. And as life sometimes goes, you need money for other things with the family and things, and the guitar needed to go. And I went a lot of years, obviously, without that guitar. So recently I found a used model, this guitar, that was a 99 year, just like the one I had, and it's basically mint. Somebody either was impeccable with it or they just didn't play it. But I got it at a much less price was much less than it would have been new and all that. So here it is, and I really don't play it a lot because I don't have a pickup in it. I'm sort of enjoying the beauty of it as much as playing it. So I usually pull it out at my house and play it, generally with my fingers, because that's what it excels at. It's pretty small, so the strumming it definitely does. does a good job, you know, for the size. But just to my eye, you know, Taylor really gets it right with this inlay pattern. It's a lot of inlay, and that's not something everybody likes. And I don't really like all my guitars to be that ornate, but I really like this model. So that's the 912C. No pickup in it. The newest guitar I have is built by Will Renshaw, who's a local luthier here in central Kentucky where I live. And this guitar I have had less than a week, so it's brand new. He just finished it, and I have two guitars by Will, and I have another video where I just talk about those two guitars more in depth than I will here. So if you're interested in them, you can maybe find the other video too. This is a guitar I wanted to have all wood, no inlay, and let the wood and the simplicity of the guitar sort of speak for itself. And I think Will did a fantastic job of doing that. So this guitar is obviously maple back and sides, a maple neck. Will builds a 5-piece neck, which is a very Gibson style 5-piece on this guitar, kind of like their arch top necks would be. He puts a really cool stinger in the headstock of the guitars. Koa binding on the neck and on the body, Koa rosette, and then ebony fingerboard and headstock and bridge. Because it's maple, we put a few maple leaves on it to just give it a splash of interest maybe on the headstock. And here on the fretboard, 14 fret, short scale, 1 3/4 nut width, just like the other guitars. K&K pickup system in it. Little maple leaf on the back, which I like that Will did that. That's pretty much the guitar. I'm really pleased with it. It's an LOO design exactly, so it's like the Collings that I have, the C10. The depth is typical LOO, it's not deeper. So let's give this guy a little spin. And I forgot to tell you, it has a German spruce top. Get my fingers working. Yeah, German spruce top, and the little Taylor has an Engelmann top. I don't think I mentioned that either. The other guitar I have by Will that I've used, you know, quite a few videos at this point. I've had it for a little over a year. Used it, I think, on maybe Pearl Jam, Lexington Lab Band videos, and the Boston video I used it on, and we just recorded a series of Black Crowes videos, and I used this on 2 of those songs. She Talks to Angels and Thorn in My Pride, I think is the other one. So this guitar, again, it's the first one he built for me, and it's a very Martin body style, an OM with cutaway, pretty standard. Rosewood back and sides with rosewood binding on the guitar. A 5-piece neck, a little bit different configuration, but still a 5-piece neck. Ebony board, bridge, headstock. This guitar has a lot more inlay in it, and this guitar, both of my Renshaw guitars have themes to them. So the maple guitar that we just looked at is called Autumn because maple leaves and autumn kind of go together. This one we called Trinity because Will kind of likes to build his guitars around a theme. So the theme that I wanted in this one was the things that are really kind of essential or really important in my life, which is my faith and then my kids. So my faith kind of revolves around Father, Son, Holy Spirit, and I have 3 children. So we latched onto the 3 and put it in the guitar, starting with the 12th fret marker, which is sort of a Celtic knot with 3 and then a ring that kind of combines them all. Reference to 3 on the bridge. Even on the 12th fret, instead of 2 dots, there's 3. The headstock has a design that Will's daughter came up with, the builder of the guitar, with a cross and 3 dots in it. On the end of the guitar, there's 3 pieces of maple kind of make it a little more interesting. And then on the back of the guitar, there's a smaller Celtic knot. It does have inlay around the top, kind of a thin line, which I liked, and then a little thicker rosette. And around the fingerboard, it's outlaid in inlay as well, and then the headstock has a little inlay around it. So it's just a beautiful guitar, and I've put quite a few miles on it. So it's started to open up. It has a Sitka spruce top. So let's give it a whirl. Well, I think I'm out of guitars. I think that's it. I don't think I've ever had them all out at one time on the stand. So thanks for asking me to do it, because it was fun to go through them and hear them next to each other. And thanks for celebrating guitars with me. And hopefully one day I'll see a video of your stuff. That would be fun to hear it. And just thanks for sharing music and taking time to check this out.